Hi, this is Roger. Thanks for dropping by. We've just had some very heavy rain for a while, so I thought I'd do a sort of update while everything looks fresh and green. An update on the bird feeders. The RSPB have put out serious publications and notices and various things saying that we should basically stop feeding in the warmer months, because there is a parasite that's becoming prominent that can live on bird feeders and is killing off some of our wild birds. One of the main ones that's suffered is greenfinches, and I've seriously noticed a decline, whereas it was a bird that was quite common, and their strange sort of, I suppose you could call it a song, it's just gone missing from the countryside. Now, I had one on the feeder during the winter for a short period on one day. That was it. Whereas they used to be common in gardens and parks and things like that, and they've just gone. Now, it's the consequences of the parasite perpetuating is in places where the bird's saliva can be passed on from one to another. So flat feeders like bird tables are out. They just shouldn't be used. Now, I don't use mine. I haven't put any feed on the bird feeder for a long time, on the bird table. The seed feeder I'm going to keep. The peanuts and the other types of seed I will remove, but I'm going to keep my sunflower seed feeder, because there are so many birds that use it that are not greenfinches. And effectively, I've now got a pair of goldfinches that visit regularly, frequently, daily. Now, if that's a pair and they're around in the same place at this time of year, then they have a nest. In addition to that, I've got a pair of robins, I've got a pair of hedge sparrows, or dunnocks as people like to now call them, I've got a pair of blackbirds, so I've got nesting, and a pair of chaffinches. So I've got nesting birds around here. They're probably not in my garden, although they could be up in that load of undergrowth up there. I don't know. And the thing is, if you suspect you've got nesting birds, then you shouldn't go poking around. Just leave them in peace, because sometimes a disturbance can actually get them to abort the nest. So anyway, so that's an update on the bird feeders, and I'm hoping it will be okay. The long feeder with the sunflower seeds, that's actually new, so that's clean, it's tidy, the seeds that go in there are clean, so I'm just going to continue that. The rest of the types of feeders I will remove for the summer. Right, why are we out here then? There's a video that hasn't been posted yet on my orchid channel that's going to confuse everybody, because it's going to be posted after things have happened. Now, the thing that's going to happen, which is in the future on this video, but not necessarily in the future on that one, is my son came round and started work on the decking, as you've already seen. Now, he's coming round tomorrow evening to explain his plan. I can guess what a fair bit of it is, but I don't want to second guess wrong, if you see what I mean. So we will find out what the plan is. I'm reasonably certain that if you look at that leg, see, the first thing, I didn't know that this paving here actually goes right up there. So these feet are actually sat on paving, so they're not spikes like I thought they were. So if I'd gone ahead and got the spikes, they'd have been a waste of time, because these are plates, and as you can see over there, one of them has been redone with a nice piece of 3x3 treated timber to actually take a support beam from here across there to something. The same will apply here, because Tony got interrupted and had to go home because his wife locked herself out of the house. So he had to rush off. I suspect that what got done to that post is going to get done to that one, and that gives us the joist hangers at this end, followed by a support beam in the middle. And what I need to know is what goes on at that end, because that at the moment is undetermined, shall we say. So Tony's coming round tomorrow evening to let me know what his plan is, and we'll go from there. As far as the garden is concerned, we've had some rain now, so some things should perk up a bit. But the one thing that's looking really good at the moment, which always does in the spring, we don't need that, it's the cuckoo flower. And that's coming into its own at the moment. Now, on the camera, I suspect that looks white, but it's actually a nice delicate lilac colour. And it came with other plants from Carol in deepest West Wales. Although I don't think she's in deepest West Wales anymore, I think she's moved. But yes, it came in the pot with other stuff. The other stuff has died and I'm left with that. Whatever's in this pot died and it's transferred over here. And there's quite a lot now taken up in the garden. So we've got some here, we've got some over here, and some's moved over there, we've got some over there. So it's managing to find its way around the garden. I like that, because if it finds its way around the garden and seems to do okay, then obviously it's happy in that position. So we shall see how that goes. The red valerian is going to be in flower soon, that's good. There's plenty of that, that's self-seeded in various places. The flipping dandelions. One thing that is something I can now start doing with the household member going missing, we can now start using weed killers again. so it is. But the scabious is still alive, and that's going to get moved. It's actually in a flower pot. It's not in this pot, it's in a flower pot. It was put in there to stop it blowing over. But that will get potted up in something a bit better than that, so that it can grow on this year. Butterfly, bee and hoverfly magnet, so that's good. What else have we got to look at? There's various things. The violets have self-seeded in so many places, it's ridiculous. I hope the heat of the summer doesn't kill them off, because these are shade lovers. These are woodland edge plants, and all of these feathery little leaves here are weeds, and I need to get rid of them. So we've got violets all coming along here and here. The forget-me-nots are starting to look good. The geraniums in under the hedge, they're looking good. And this yellow ground cover is also looking good. That's perked up recently. That has lovely yellow flowers on later in the year. What else have we got? This rose is coming back into leaf. That'll need a spray later on, because that gets the old black spot really badly. My Acer is looking absolutely brilliant, and having been refreshed by having some rain on it, washes all the dust off. That's looking really good. As is the camellia, and soon to be, let's see if I can zoom in on a bit. Soon to be will be wisteria flowers. They are starting to form, so they'll be out soon. These two, they should be trees, but they get pruned as bushes. There's an oak and a aspen, I think this is. The fuchsia's coming back to life. That will grow and get pruned and trimmed such that when it does come into flower, it'll be a nice bush. Oh. Ducks. Quack, quack, quack. It's funny, they can't fly without making a noise, the same as geese. They can't fly silent. I don't know how that does them with predators, but anyway, the planted border is a little overgrown now, but I sort of like it. It's full. It's got lots going on. Now these plants here are campanula, and they're campanula minor, even though they look a bit major at the moment, but very soon this is going to be an absolute mass of blooms. All of these shoots pushing up here are going to have blooms. You can just about possibly see some buds in places. So this and this is going to be a mass of purple bells soon. These are Michaelmas daisies. They are for later in the year. That's Crocosmia for later in the year. And in various places we have granny bonnets that are going to be open soon. Aquilegia, a proper name. Even this wisteria over here is starting to show signs of life. The base of it looks as though it's rotted. There's an oak tree growing out of the wisteria. Oh, you've got to have a close look at that. Whoops! I just knocked the water bath over. Never mind. That is just such a shock. I bet nobody else in the world has ever seen this. So this is an oak tree that has managed to take root on a wisteria and is growing. It'll get chopped off. I bet nobody's ever seen that before. So that effectively is an oak tree growing epiphytically. Wow. Oh. But over in this planted border, the rose is coming on. We've got geraniums pushing out in various places. And there's lots of different sorts of geraniums in here. So that's one. There's various others. And we've also got the Welsh poppies coming through in various places. And what I'm really pleased about is the ferns are coming back. If you look here, we've got 3 in a row here, all coming back. Another one back there. These were just about showing signs of life last time we filmed. They're coming back. Same here. Look at all the new growth that's about to come up on this Hart's Tongue fern. And another one of these. There's another one there. Another one up the back along with another Welsh poppy. As I said, this border is getting a bit full. There's another big Welsh poppy in there. It's going to be lovely splashes of orange. And this, I should know what this is called. I did learn it once and then promptly forgot. But it's looking good. It has the lovely little tiny bell-shaped flowers. The primroses are starting to go past their best along with this primula. Again, this is another one of these campanulas, and you can see all of these extensions have got buds. They will be in bloom soon. More ferns up the back there. That is a weed. That is a foxglove. So one of the foxgloves have survived. along with this one here on the edge of the border, which is not in the right place. The thing with the bell type flowers is here also, that's self-seeded, and that's flopped over with the wind and is covering up all sorts of things under here. I might have to trim that back because it's excluding light from things that I'd like to grow on. The lily of the valley is coming on. Leaves are starting to show, flower buds. The elephant ears flowered for the first time, although they've gone over now, and looks like it's putting on a lot of growth this year. That's good, because it didn't do very well last year. So yeah, and this little oh, somebody did give me the name, but I've forgotten it. It's a little creeping plant that lives in amongst other stuff, and it has lovely little purple flowers on, like this. The fritillaries, the snake's head fritillaries, came out quite well this year, and then basically collapsed and dropped their blooms very quickly. And looking at the tops of them, they have not been pollinated, so there won't be any self-seeding going on with those this year. Why that happened, I don't know. And another type of fern that's just showing through here. So that's a different type. The ones that are most common in the garden are these. Yeah. So they do well. And the Aquiledias are coming on. There's another good one here. This will be a flower spike in the not too distant future. So they're coming on. The London Pride is perking up now. That will come into flower in the not too distant future. You see the flower spikes just starting here. So they'll come on. I don't know. These tablets I'm taking, all I'm doing is walking around with the camera and talking, and I'm already getting puffed out. It's not on. And I've just seen what is probably the first buds of the Welsh poppies. Yay! The Spanish bluebells are going over now. They won't be too long. We've still got some of the rose campion that managed to survive. Hopefully we'll get some blooms on that again this year. I was well impressed with that last year because it not only looked good, it lasted absolutely ages. So there we go. Whoops. Never mind, I can fill it up again. Mind you, we're due quite a lot of rain tonight, so it might even fill up on its own. Right, so that's it for today. It was just a quick update really on what's going on. My Deshojo maple's looking nice now. It's coming into full leaf. Still got juvenile leaves pushing out, and I still go around picking off the extensions. Every now and again I just pull some off, stop it extending too far, keeping it compact. That's the goal. And my hawthorn is going to be in bloom soon. Yay! But I'll be so pleased to get all this mess cleared up and get the garden straight again. It will be good. My two sister maples, but this one's almost in full leaf now. Again, I still have to keep going round with these little extensions, pinching them off. Just do a bit at a time. Every time I walk past I do a few. And this one is coming into leaf now. They're two very similar plants. They were bought at the same time. They were both given a similar sort of shape, an initial form. Yeah, if you look, they're both very similar. But they are quite different varieties of Acer palmatum. Anyway, that's it. I will be glad to get all this lot out of the way, back where it should be, and sort out my bonsai stands and get the trees back into a nice display format. Same with the garden and the decking. I'll be glad to see it all done. It's going to take time. It's probably going to take half of this year before we get this lot straight, but it's coming soon. It's underway. So yeah, just a quick update, and well, let's find something to end on. We always end on a bit of colour or something pretty. Oh, I'm going to have to walk, aren't I? Let's end on the cuckoo flowers, because they are looking very good at the moment. These last a fair while. So there we go, it's one of our native wildflowers. And at the moment it's looking good in various places in the garden that have self-seeded. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for dropping by.